The Taj Mahal is one of the greatest engineering masterpieces ever built, standing strong after 400 years. Many scientists today believe recreating something this magnificent would be nearly impossible. While it's famous for its beauty, the engineering behind it is even more impressive, which is why it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. In this video, we'll dive into the amazing engineering secrets that keep the Taj Mahal standing. The Taj Mahal was built on the banks of the Yamuna River in Agra, a highly technical choice. Typically, Islamic architecture places buildings in the center of a garden. But if you look at a satellite image of the Taj Mahal, it's not in the center. It's positioned toward the north side of the garden. Was this an error or an engineering stroke of genius? Let's find out. If you zoom out, you'll notice perfect symmetry. Across from the Taj Mahal is Mehtab Bagh, a garden of the same size and shape. This design cleverly integrates the river and garden as parts of the Taj Mahal itself. When viewed this way, the Taj actually appears perfectly centered. From Mehtab Bagh, the Taj Mahal offers a breathtaking view. And from the river, its stunning reflection adds to the beauty. The engineers had a brilliant vision of how the Taj Mahal would appear from every angle, carefully planning these impressive visuals even before construction began. The foundation of the Taj Mahal is another remarkable feature. Built to withstand earthquakes, floods, and heavy rains, the foundation draws on military and civil engineering techniques. Constructing a stable foundation by the river is challenging because soil erosion and slippery ground can weaken it. So the engineers had a brilliant idea. Why not design a foundation that wouldn't weaken in water, but would actually grow stronger? They took on the challenge by digging down until they reached solid soil or bedrock, similar to the strong beams we use in modern buildings. They dug wells to create sturdy support beams for the Taj Mahal's foundation. They continued digging around 15 to 20 meters deep until they found a thick layer of strong rock, which would anchor the entire structure. Now here's something surprising. When the Taj Mahal was being built in 1632, cement hadn't even been invented. Engineers used lime-based mortar to bind the structure instead. To construct each well, a circular wall was built first, followed by a layer of wooden piling inside. A wooden shaft was placed at the center, and strong stones and lime were packed around it. Another layer of wooden piling was added, with more stones and lime filling the gaps. These small stones, known as debris, added extra stability to the structure. In this way, hundreds of wells were constructed, creating a strong foundation that would support the entire Taj Mahal. Now imagine if we tried to build this type of foundation today. The Taj Mahal would likely collapse within a short time. But the engineers 400 years ago had remarkable foresight. When modern scientists examined the limestone used by Shah Jahan's engineers under an electron microscope, the results were surprising. They found small grains in plant materials like sugar, black pepper, gram flour, local fruits, and tree resin, the sticky gum from trees. These were all mixed with lime and used to fill the wells along with debris, creating a strong, resilient foundation. And in this way, a strong waterproof structure was built from hundreds of wells. It's important to note that wood plays a key role inside these wells. Since the wells are surrounded by river water, this water creates an oxygen-free environment, keeping the wood submerged and wet. Wood stays strong underwater as long as it doesn't come into contact with oxygen. In this way, the Yamuna River's water has actually helped strengthen the Taj Mahal's foundation over the years. However, with the Yamuna drying up today, engineers face a big challenge, as the wood may eventually dry out, causing instability in the foundation. Because of this, the foundation is now carefully monitored. Nearby the river, you might notice similar wells, likely built to prevent soil erosion. To further reinforce the structure, engineers created a strong brick network that connects each well's shaft, ensuring they stay securely linked. To handle the Taj Mahal's immense weight, 25,000 tons, which exerts a pressure of 25 tons per square meter, the engineers built an intricate system of arches and tunnels that distribute the load evenly. To support the wells, a bed of lime was again made, and in the same way, another foundation of rubble was made around these arches. This process created the Taj Mahal's strong foundation. On top of this foundation, an additional layer of bricks was added, forming a sturdy base about 7 meters high for the main structure. From this point, the construction of the main building of the Taj Mahal begins. A truly remarkable feat of engineering. You might wonder how modern engineers know these details about the foundation without excavating it. Did they dig it up? No, they didn't have to. Instead, they used a technique called geological investigation. With devices like ground-penetrating radar or georadar, engineers can send pulses into the ground and measure their reflections. This data helps them map the different layers beneath the surface and understand how the foundation was constructed. The Taj Mahal stands at a height of 73 meters and is a perfectly symmetrical structure. No matter which side you view it from, it looks identical. What's even more impressive is that whether you view the Taj Mahal from space or from just a few centimeters away, its symmetry remains flawless. The main building is a perfect cube, each side measuring 58 meters. The Taj Mahal also creates a number of optical illusions, with one of the most fascinating being the design of its dome. The dome has an 18-meter diameter, and from the outside, the entire building reaches 73 meters in height. But inside, the inner dome only rises to 35 meters, while the outer dome sits at 38 meters above it. This is due to the use of double dome structure. It took just 18 years to construct the Taj Mahal, whereas modern science believes that building such a structure could take over a century. The engineers of that era used the double dome design not only for aesthetics, but also to speed up construction. The inner dome, standing at 35 meters, supports the outer dome. To create this outer dome efficiently, they first constructed a cylindrical shape. They carefully shaped it into the perfect dome we see today. There's an empty space between the inner and outer domes that acts as an insulator, protecting the central chamber of the Taj Mahal from getting too hot. Another reason the inner dome is lower is to reduce echo, so conversations inside are clearer. There's also a common misconception that the Taj Mahal is entirely made of white marble, but this isn't true. The entire building is actually made of brick for quicker construction, and then an 8 to 10 inch layer of white marble was set on top. Interestingly, while the dome appears perfectly symmetrical, if you split it in half, you'll notice that the left side is slightly larger than the right. The reason for this isn't known, though modern science believes it could be a minor human error. The white marble used in the Taj Mahal was sourced from Makrana in Rajasthan, renowned for its high-quality dolomitic marble. This marble interacts beautifully with light, causing the Taj Mahal to change color at different times of the day. And if you look closely, you'll notice intricate patterns within the marble. These aren't painted designs, but actual gemstones inlaid into the marble itself. To create these intricate designs, spaces were carved into the marble, and gemstones were carefully set in place with mortar. Interestingly, after examining the stones used in the Taj Mahal, researchers found that only a few came from India. The rest were sourced globally from places like Afghanistan, Africa, and Iran. However, today the marble of the Taj Mahal faces challenges due to pollution. Factories and vehicle emissions around the area cause the marble to turn yellow. Fortunately, the Archaeological Survey of India takes great care to maintain its beauty. They regularly clean the marble using a traditional Asian treatment known as Multani Mitti, or fuller's earth. Research has shown that Multani Mitti contains molecules of potassium, sodium, calcium, and aluminum, which absorb modern pollutants and restore the marble's original purity. So for all the boys and girls who spend a lot on cosmetics, consider using Multani Mitti for beauty. It's kept the Taj Mahal shining for 400 years. So imagine what it could do for you. The main cube of the Taj Mahal is designed in an octagonal shape, following the Hasht Bihisht layout, a traditional Islamic architectural style. You'll see this octagonal pattern repeated throughout the Taj Mahal. The central chamber itself follows this design, with a total of 8 chambers arranged in an octagonal shape. If you could lift the roof off the Taj Mahal, you'd see more octagonal rooms in the corners, each with 8 doors. The main entrance gate, known as the Iwan, has a room directly behind it with 3 doors. One door leads to the central chamber, where the replica tombs of Emperor Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal are located, while the other 2 doors lead to octagonal rooms at the corners. These corner rooms connect both to the central chamber and to the rooms behind the Iwan. The Hasht Bihisht design has a symbolic basis in Islamic culture. According to the Quran, there are 8 doors to heaven, and the Taj Mahal's layout reflects this concept. This same design is mirrored in the Charbagh Garden, which has 4 water channels and 4 garden sections, symbolizing the 8 sections of paradise. When you enter the main gate of the Taj Mahal and reach the central chamber, you'll see the beautifully crafted tombs of Emperor Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal. However, these are actually symbolic tombs, created solely for decorative purposes. The craftsmanship and intricate detailing of these replicas are exceptional. The real tombs of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal are located in a chamber directly below. There's a downward path leading to the original tombs, but this area is not open to the public. One of the biggest misconceptions about the Taj Mahal is the idea that there are 22 rooms hidden beneath it. Let's take a closer look at these so-called rooms. But first, a disclaimer, there are no verified photos of these rooms. So what you'll see here is based on an interview with an engineer from the Archaeological Survey of India and some images he shared. The actual rooms may look different. Once you open the gate, you find another gate leading directly to these 22 chambers. However, they are not rooms in the usual sense, and no marble was used here. Instead, these are small, interconnected chambers forming a network of tunnels. Their true purpose is structural. They distribute the building's weight symmetrically and provide ventilation. Being next to a river, the Taj Mahal faces high humidity levels, which could damage the building over time. These tunnels allow air to circulate, helping to control humidity and temperature. In reality, these chambers weren't built for any special purpose, but are simply part of the Taj Mahal's strong, carefully engineered foundation. There are 4 minarets at each corner of the Taj Mahal, adding to its grandeur with an optical illusion that makes the building appear even larger. Interestingly, each minaret is slightly tilted outward. This design choice ensures that if an earthquake or any disaster causes one to collapse, it would fall away from the main structure, protecting the central tomb. Each minaret also has a spiral staircase, allowing access to the top. Now let's take a complete tour of the Taj Mahal. As you enter the main gate, it feels like a curtain being lifted, with the majestic Taj Mahal slowly revealing itself. The first area you'll reach is the Charbagh Garden, a 100-meter-long symmetrical garden. Beyond this is a sandstone platform with a mosque on one side and a guest house on the other. Likely built for special visitors in the past. Next, you'll reach the base of the main building, where the magnificent mausoleum of the Taj Mahal stands, proudly representing India as one of the 7 wonders of the world. We're proud to have such an extraordinary monument in our country, attracting 7 million visitors from around the world each year. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Taj Mahal, especially from an engineering perspective. And if you'd like to support our channel, please consider becoming a member. Your support means a lot. Thank you.